Good afternoon, folks. Happy to have you with us again. If you're new to the channel, my name's Rick. My fiance Rose. We're on the way to Texas Roadhouse, get a little dinner. And FSD 13.2.8 is going to take us there right from the driveway. He said as he gave it some encouragement. Here we go. Everybody, my neighbors are giving me reminders that it's trash day tomorrow morning. So we're back from Colorado, had a fantastic trip. Can't wait to go back. Talked to my son Mac today, told him how much it reminded me of being in Breckenridge when he was little. Now thinking about his kids, Harrison and Callum, when Callum's a little bit older, how much fun it would be to see them play in the snow. So Harrison, if you're watching, hey bud. Your dad and I also talked about having a family trip down to Padre where y'all went before. Planning some trips ahead of time so a lot of family can go together. So Harrison, when your dad was about your age, we went to Breckenridge, and your dad skied for the very first time and did really well. He had a hard time learning how to slow down or stop, so he ended up going really fast. But Rose and I went this last week and saw some little kids, even younger than you, that was skiing, and we thought about how cool it'd be for you to learn how to ski, because you're into sports already. So anyway, here's the truck, Lucille, driving 100% by itself. I'm not touching anything. Just watching the big storm clouds ahead. I don't know if the camera can see that, but they're enormous. Got it on standard mode, going 33 and a 30 mile an hour. Got a little roundabout up ahead of us. Someday, not too far in the future, we won't have to supervise. Right now, Tesla calls this supervised full self-driving, or FSD for short, because it needs to be supervised. It's not perfect. On the trip to Colorado, a few times I had to take over when it didn't know where it was going to go, or was confused about where to go. But it wasn't that big of a deal. But I think that's another thing I learned on the trip, is this new washer program that puts out more water. It freaks out the cameras and it doesn't know what to do, so it says to take over. That's why we're supervised. So anyway, sometime not too long from now, in fact in Austin, Harrison, I'm going to come visit you in June, by the way, because in Austin in June they're going to announce the new completely automated driving. There's no driver, there's no steering wheel. It's the Tesla cybercabs, or robotaxi. And when that software comes out, they can ship it to all the cars, including my truck, and I can be in the back seat asleep. Harrison, I'll be in the back seat, and you will be here. Callum will be here in his car seat, and your mom and dad and I will be sitting in the back seat. Would that be cool?
Well, the kids cannot be in a front.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen, because that wouldn't be safe for Callum. But I know Harrison, I know you already drive your dad's truck. When you sit in his lap, you can do the steering wheel and he does the pedals. So anyway, we're not too far away from that kind of stuff happening. We're stuck in a lot of traffic here in both directions. You know, this truck has 8 cameras, or 8 eyes, looking in all different directions at the same time. And my 2 eyes can only see in one direction. And I have to have a little bit of reaction time when I see something. Then it tells my brain, okay, it's time to go, or it's time to move my arms. And then it sends a signal to my arms to move. And all that takes, tiny, tiny bits of time. On the trip, we were driving through Breckenridge in the snow. And we're cruising along. FSD's driving us through town. And I've got, as you can see, I've got one of my ball caps up in the corner of the glass. So I can't really see too well, like right at the 10 o'clock angle from where I'm sitting. So we're going along kind of like this, but only about 5 or 10 miles an hour, and all of a sudden the truck stopped. I didn't know what happened, and then I saw 2 people walking across the street. So before I could see it, the truck saw them step off the curb and came to a stop to allow them to go across the street. Now, I don't think they would have walked out in front of a moving truck, but when they saw the truck come to a stop, then they walked out. So that's pretty cool. I think of that as cooperation between the machine and the supervisor, me. It helps me when I have limitations, and I help it when it has limitations. Turning right here on Preston Road, headed south. We're in Prosper now. And those clouds are really building up in front of us. So another cool way that Tesla works is it has, the sensors that sense everything, and everything is smart inside Tesla cars and trucks. I noticed shortly after I got the truck that the windshield wiper doesn't put out very much water. And when it goes down, it only does water from where it goes down to where it goes up. It's off, on, off, on, but it sends water. So it doesn't get enough water to break up the dust and dirt or bugs or whatever. So the first time I took it in to get something looked at, I told them that I thought the windshield washer wasn't putting out enough water. And they noted the problem and said that's a common issue that people have. Well, then a couple of months later, which was about 2 weeks ago, they sent an update on the software, and now after the wiper goes down once and twice, then the water stays on in both directions, going full force in both directions. As you saw a minute ago, it sits on a lot of water and cleans the windshield fantastic. So that's where Tesla learns from its fleet of millions of vehicles out on the road, and it can send the update over the air. I've had people say that, oh, Tesla got a recall for 1 million vehicles. Well, that's true, but Tesla can fix so much from just the software. Just like they fixed the windshield washer by just changing some settings in the software. Now it sends out a lot more water. So I think that's cool how it learns and then changes. I heard people talk about how they've had their Tesla for 3 years and it's improved every year. Usually cars, they get passed up with new technology and so forth as it gets older. But with Tesla, because they can change the programming, cars can get new functions and new capabilities as it gets older. Here we're changing lanes all by itself. Get ready to turn up here. The car knows where we are, knows what time it is, knows what the weather is. Can hit a button on the screen, it'll show me what the weather is all around us, if there's wind or storms coming in. It's just really smart. No single piece of the technology is all that, like brain surgery or rocket science. But each individual piece, the way Tesla has it all put together to work together, it's an engineering marvel. Hey Harrison, if you're watching this, could you tell your mom or dad to send me your baseball schedule? So Harrison, I told some stories on the way to Colorado about when your dad was young, and he reminded me today when we talked about when he drove my truck when he was like 14 or 15 years old in Colorado and afraid he was going to get stuck somewhere and came back. Well, when I was that age, when Papa was 14, I took Pappy's truck. That was my dad's name, your great-grandfather. I took his Toyota Land Rover out with Uncle Todd, my brother, and two other boys our age, and I got off the road and was going over great big rocks, and I got up on top of one rock, and I couldn't go. I couldn't go forward or backwards. We were stuck, and we were about 2 miles away from the campground, and I was so afraid that when we got back, I was going to be in so much trouble. Well, it took us, 30 minutes or so to get back, and Dad and Bill Collinsworth were sitting around the fire, and we told them what happened, and I said, okay, let's go get it. So, stand by. We're changing lanes. We're going to turn right here. Good job, FSD. So anyway, we got in the truck and went back to where I got stuck, and Dad and Bill and all of us kind of pushed it off the rock. Wasn't any big deal, no damage, and drove it back, and everybody just kind of laughed about it. So that was kind of a fun story. When I talked to Mac today, he told me about his similar story, and so anyway, you'll have a story like that, Harrison, as well, and Callum too. Well, we're almost there, and FSD is taking us all the way from my driveway to the restaurant safely. Let's see if she's in a good mood, she'll park itself for us too. So let's see if we got an available spot and if it will do it. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Can't park there. Nope. Oh, here's the one coming out. Okay, we'll give it a shot.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Here we go. Let's see what it can do. There's people around. Got to be careful.
I have a car.
Don't hit the car. Ah! Getting all lined up. It's letting another car go by. Okay, let's try it again. Very courteous, FSD.
Can't have all these things.
No, it's kind of tight, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have to pull up and make another go of it.
All right.
It's these people walking, so it's slowing down. You see it shows the people walking, so that's why it's paused for the pedestrians.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else walking. So it's not quite as fast as pawpaw parking, but it does a pretty good job.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, y'all take care. See you later. See you real soon. Thanks for riding along.